Welcome to Midnight Story. The jail sat at the edge of town like it had always been there. Brick walls darkened by decades of rain. A single American flag that never seemed fully unfurled, no matter how strong the wind blew. People drove past it every day without looking. In a town this small, you didn't look at the jail unless you had to. Unless someone you loved was unless you worked there, or unless, years later, you were forced to open a ledger that should have been empty. It began quietly, the way most true things do. Not with a scream, not with a crime, but with a routine audit. Once every few years, the county sent someone down to make sure the books matched the bodies. Cells counted, meals logged, medical visits checked. Nothing dramatic, nothing emotional, just numbers. The woman assigned to the audit had been doing this for almost 2 decades. She trusted paperwork more than people. Paper didn't lie, she used to say. People did, until one page stopped her cold. Inmate number 4721. No name listed, just a number. She assumed it was a clerical error. A missing page, an old ink smear. But then she saw the dates. Admitted, April 3, 1997. Released, April 3, 2014. 17 years. 17 full years served. Maximum sentence. Her first thought was simple and logical. Someone forgot to type the name. Her second thought was slower, heavier. Why didn't anyone notice for 17 years? She flipped backward. Daily meal checkmarks. 3 meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Every day. Medical logs showed routine exams. Blood pressure. Weight loss in 2002. A fractured finger in 2006. There were notes in the margins. Quiet. Compliant. Doesn't cause trouble. Reads a lot. Someone had written, refused phone call again. Again. That word stayed with her. Again meant a pattern. Again meant memory. Again meant the guards knew him. But who was him? She went down to the jail herself the next morning. Same brick building. Same dull buzz of fluorescent lights. Same smell of bleach and old metal. The warden laughed when she asked. Probably a paperwork ghost, he said. We've had those before. But his smile faded when she slid the ledger across the desk. He stopped laughing, because he recognized the handwriting. Not the inmates, the guards, men who had retired, men who had died. That afternoon, they pulled old staff files. Every guard question said the same thing at first. I don't remember. But memory has a strange way of surfacing when cornered. One guard stared at the table for a long time before speaking. There was someone, he said. I think. Not confident, not clear, just uncomfortable. He kept to himself, another said later. Skinny guy, older than he looked, or younger, hard to say. One woman who worked night shift started crying. I used to bring him extra blankets, she said. He was always cold, always, not sometimes, always. They asked for booking photos. None existed, no fingerprints, no intake interview, no arresting officer. Nothing from the beginning, only the middle, only the routine, as if he had simply appeared. Cell records showed he was moved 3 times. Each transfer logged, each cellmate listed. They tracked down 2 former inmates who had shared cells with number 4721. The first man went silent when shown the number. I don't want trouble, he said. The second stared at the floor. He used to ask what year it was, he whispered. Every few weeks. Same question. What year is it? He didn't ask about court dates. He didn't ask about release. He didn't ask about family. Just the year. Medical records showed no mental illness diagnosis. No dementia. No psych evaluation. But there was one note, buried deep in a 2009 report. Patient reports recurring dreams of arrest, but cannot recall crime. Cannot recall crime. That phrase shouldn't exist in a prison file. They searched county court records. Nothing. No trial. No sentencing hearing. No appeal. It was as if the justice system had skipped the part where guilt is decided, and gone straight to punishment. The woman running the audit asked a question no one wanted to answer. What if he was innocent? The warden shook his head. Innocent of what? He asked. There's no charge. They checked missing persons databases from the 1990s. Thousands of names. Nothing matched. Then someone noticed something strange. In 1997, the jail expanded. Added a new wing. Cells built quickly, cheaply. Construction logs showed delays. Safety violations. Unreported injuries. One worker died on site, crushed by a collapsed beam. No lawsuit. No investigation. His name was buried in an insurance report. The age matched. The height matched. The fracture in the finger. The cold sensitivity. The man had been undocumented. Paid in cash. No family in the state. The death was ruled an accident. But no body was ever officially released. The night shift guard from 1997 was interviewed again. This time, he spoke. There was a man, he said slowly. He showed up one night. No cuffs. No paperwork. Just, there. He assumed someone else had processed him. Someone always else. The man never complained. Never asked why he was there. Just asked what year it was. When April 3, 2014 arrived, the release log was signed. But no one remembered opening the cell. Security footage from that day had been erased. Routine retention policy. The cell was found empty the next morning. Blanket folded. Book left on the bed. A library book, stamped with the jail's seal. No one knew where it came from. The ledger was corrected. Inmate number 4721 was marked, administrative error. Case closed. But the woman who found the entry never slept the same again. Because paperwork doesn't lie. And for 17 years, someone fed him, someone guarded him, someone locked the door every night. And no one ever asked who he was. Or worse, what if they did, and didn't want to know? And as the jail returned to silence. If you are new my channel, please subscribe and press bell icon. The records closed, the lights dimmed, and the town slept, unaware. Nothing more needed to be solved tonight. Nothing more needed to be remembered. You can let the story fade now. Let the questions drift away. And allow sleep to come naturally. Slowly. Peacefully.